Ladies, Jim Jones ladies, before you are pursued. Oh, here we go. Ladies, get ready. Before you are pursued, you too must be preoccupied. You can't just be sitting down always looking at videos about marriage. Man, some ladies already got they single, right? They already got the colors picked out. They already, we gonna have Betsy gonna be one of my bridesmaids. Barbara gonna be one of my bridesmaids. Boquisha. I was gonna put Kelly in there, but me and Kelly ain't talked in weeks, so I don't know about. Girl, you don't got no man, and you already cutting Kelly out of your bridesmaid group. How do you know Kelly ain't gonna be one of your accountability? By the time you get married, you don't cut Kelly off. And Kelly, listen, you still single. You ain't got no man. Man, you got your marriage already down to a T, but your soul ain't got no T's crossed, no I's dotted. You gotta be preoccupied. So many ladies make marriage and the idea of being married an idol. So what happens is the man walks up to the woman after he don't put a ring on her finger. One of the best days of his life. She's crying. And next thing you know, she got this binder full of different kind of fabrics. Is champagne a good color for you? And she putting up to your eyes. Okay, champagne matches your eyes. Oh, and there's nothing wrong. But when, listen, I know people who done spent tens of thousands of dollars to match the expectation of a day from their wife. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars a husband or wife spends on a wedding date, but broke for the marriage. How can you look like you balling? You balling on a wedding day. You did it for the gram. And then y'all talking about looking for quarters. 2 weeks in the marriage. Look, did you check in between the couches? Did you? I got $3 in quarters and I got about $1.25 in nickels. Okay, that'll give us a quarter of it. But everybody looking on your page crying, I want a wedding like that. God, see? You got your phone. God, see? You see Chelsea's wedding, God. God, don't you see? God, I want that. But they ain't posting that they eating TV dinners, watching Roseanne, watching Fox. Got the TV with the aluminum foil on the antenna, talking about, hey yo, babe, the TV's shaking, and now you got your husband holding the antenna so you can watch. You don't even got cable. Looking rich for the gram, but broke in real life. No, you got to be preoccupied being about your father's business. Your man ain't the only one that should be working. You should be working doing the Lord's business. You too got to be preoccupied. You got to be preoccupied. And ladies, before you open yourself up to be pursued, first of all, let's go back to preoccupied. When a man comes to pursue you, his pursuit should never be greater than your work for God. If a man can pull you away from your work from God, then that means you wasn't really committed to God's work. It should be difficult for a man to loosen you away from God. It should be that. You know why? You know why no one approaches you? You know why you probably single? Because you're holding a godly standard. Don't you know it's rare to have the one that God has for you? It's super rare because only one person for you. It's rare, right? And people are like, Josh, how you know there's one for you? Do you not think that God don't know what he's doing? Okay? That we're talking about from God's vantage point, right? You don't think that God will bring you someone before the timing? Anything that comes before God's timing is a counterfeit, ladies. If you know for a fact that you're not ready, that you're not quite healed from the last relationship, that you're not quite settled, don't open yourself up to nobody. It should be very difficult for a man to take you away from what God wants you to do. Next point. You must be patient. God doesn't care about your ability in waiting, ladies. He cares about your attitude while waiting. If you're overjoyed when a man comes your way, then you haven't been waiting patiently. God cares about you understanding why you're waiting. Well, Josh, I don't know why I'm waiting. Look at yourself. Look in the mirror, and you'll be able to say, you know what? I'm not really where I need to be because my Father's too good to give me somebody right now. God's too good to sabotage my life by giving me somebody. So I'm patient, God. God, help me to have the right attitude while I wait. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run, not faint. They will walk and not grow weary. I know I got that mixed up. See what I'm coming on? That word wait doesn't mean sitting around waiting on a husband to come around. Sitting down waiting. No. They that wait as a waitress, as a waiter, they that wait upon the Lord, serve the Lord, shall renew your strength. You don't renew your strength waiting on a husband. You renew your strength by working for your Father. Because when you're working with your Father, you'll forget your need for a husband. And then when your husband comes, you'll be like, this Father, and God be like, this the one I'm joining with you. And y'all will not be into each other. Y'all will be into each other, into Him. It's three-corded. It's a three-corded connection. Most people, when they get married, they're so into each other, they forgot about God. God's like, yo, I'm here too. Hey, what about me? God, don't you want me in this marriage? That's what He wants. He wants to be involved. But if He's not involved in your single life, and you're impatient, and you're not preoccupied doing the will of God, you're going to find yourself in deeper self-pity. You must be preoccupied, patient, and positioned at the Lord's feet. So many women are so busy serving God versus sitting at His feet. Martha was in there making the greens. You heard me say this earlier this week for those watching my video. She was making the greens. The macaroni and cheese was all crunchy. The noodles weren't cooked all the way. The cornbread tastes like cardboard. She ain't put enough whatever in it. And stuff wasn't going right. And she got mad. And she was like, yo, Jesus, you gonna sit there and let my sister sit there and not help me serve you? Culturally, she was correct. But in Christ, the new era of life, she was wrong. She was busy serving a church. Some ladies are so busy serving a church, so busy serving the things of God, but not seated by the feet of God to get the portion that will not be taken away from Him. You serve the church, you serve the pastor, you serving, but you're not being fed. You got to sit at His feet as a woman and say, I'm a daughter of God. And Jesus said what Mary is doing is greater, because what she's getting from this teaching, what she's getting from me will never leave her. You're not listening because you're over there serving, but she is getting the portion that she needs so that when it's time for to serve, she can serve from within. You must be preoccupied, patient, and positioned at the Lord's feet. And you must have a strong prayer life too. Can your man be held up by your prayers? Do you know how to cover a man, keep a man? If your prayer life ain't strong single, it ain't going to be strong married. You got to have the burden placed on you to utilize your lips to pray the will of God in your world, to pray the will of God over your circumstances, and to see the prayer works. It ain't nothing like singing a prayer working. Because there's going to be time when your man is frustrating and God's going to drop His name in your heart. And you got to be able to turn off Hillsong, park that Volvo, and say, in the name of Jesus, I cover him. Listen, if you can't sustain your man spiritually, then don't try to have a man physically in your life. Because a man is going to come to you at about 1 o'clock in the morning, 11:30 at night, and you're going to feel that there's something on him. Because most men like me, I don't tell my wife everything. I give it to God because I don't want her to feel unstable or uncertain. I know I got it. I know God's got it. But there's some moments where he's like, God, I'm tired. I'm tired. And when your man lays down and you feel the heaviness, You know how to pray that load off him. You got to be a woman of prayer. A woman that can perceive what's going on. A woman that can see the what's attacking your husband and fight for it. Can you pray? Next point, you. Also, you got to have a personality that's shaped and sourced through the thriving relationship with God. You got to have a thriving relationship. You got to be positioned at his feet so that you can have a personality that a man can desire. Let's keep going. You must be under solid and healed accountability. Hear me. You must be under solid and healed accountability. It's crazy how many women's accountabilities are still hurting. Your accountability can't be a hurt circle, baby girl. You can't be around women who's hurt too. Women who still hurting, because what they're going to do, they're going to perpetuate, they're going to push their narrative on you. All men are dogs. All men like this. I don't know about him, child. I don't know. Nah, you want to be held up, supported by women who are healed. Healed. We're talking about all I got on me, baby girl, is a scar. I don't got no wounds. If you see blood or fresh wounds on a woman, she can't hold you accountable. She's too bruised and broken to hold you accountable. Before you even open yourself up to be pursued, you gotta be held accountable by women who are solid in the Word of God, solid in faith, unmoved. And sometimes that can't be your peers. Peers don't know nothing. They don't know much more than what you do. You gotta make sure you have a seasoned group of women that says either or it has been married for years or has been healed from any kind of wound they may have gone through in marriage. But you do not want to be held accountable by hurting women, because they're only going to make you, well, should I even love again? If she couldn't, before you open yourself to be pursued, you got to be held accountable with women who are healed. A woman that has prayed for hours, fasted, Saturday, I'm telling you, you gotta know how to pray and fast and seek the will of God. And ladies, you gotta be you, unaffected by your past. Men don't like competing, and your husband shouldn't compete with Jimmy's size, with Jonathan's size. Your husband should not have to compete. Should have to compete with. He's trying to give you. He's trying to give you peace. He's trying to give you purpose. He's trying to give you protection. He's trying to give you provision. And it's being squandered because you still hurt by what Jimmy did to you. You still hurt and affected by what Jonathan did to you. You still soul tied. If you ain't been healed, don't let that good man pursue you. I don't care if he smells like 1 John 3 and 12. I don't care if he smells good spiritually. I don't care if he smells good physically. I don't care if he smells. My shirt's available online. IamUnplugged.com. I don't care if he smells good emotionally. I don't care if he got that aqua di Gio on. Oh, you smell good, man. You fine. You attractive. But I'm not over my past. Because the worst thing you can do to a man is to fake that you healed, and then he finds you still hurting. Give yourself whole and healed to a man. Men are going to pursue you while you're hurting, ladies, and you got to say, nope. I'm interested. You's cute and all. I remember when we was in 5th grade and all. I'm still hurting. It takes a mature woman to stop a good thing because she knows that she's not strong. If you're hurting, help yourself by staying in the hands of God alone. You don't need no man to heal you, because no man can heal you. They can be a help while married if you go through your hurt things. Facts over feeling is real. But you got to be able to say, you know what, what's the facts in my life? Before I even open the door to even catch feelings, let me see the facts within myself. Before you open yourself to be pursued, you must be preoccupied, patient, and positioned at the Lord's feet. And you must have a strong prayer life, and you must have a personality that's shaped and sourced through a thriving relationship with God, right? Next, you must be under solid and healed accountability, and you must be unaffected by your past. That if you and your husband at the mall, you and your husband somewhere else at Walmart, and you're looking at blue or yellow towels for the 3rd bedroom on the bottom floor, and then your ex-boyfriend walks by, there shouldn't even be a tug. If there's still a tug, then there's still a tie. Never entangle yourself with something new if you still tied to something that's old and dead. Because life will bring stuff in front of you to see if you still got a tug. That's what the devil do. Let's just see. Let's just see. Oh, there's a tug. Oh, we're going to keep using Johnny again. Johnny for week 3. Week 4. They're going to keep using it because there's still a tug there. Every time you see him, there's a reaction. Every time you see him, you outside. Can you repeat the list again? I sure will. I sure will. You must be preoccupied, patient, and position. These notes will be available on my website. I'll make sure you have all these notes for sure. Let me keep going for time because I've been going for 95 minutes. Next, R. You must have restrictions on your words. And you must have realistic expectations. Before you open yourself up to be pursued by a man, you must have restriction over your words. How's your vocabulary? How's your words? There's nothing more valuable than the right words from a woman to a man. Your words will either tear a man down or build your man up. You got to have restrictions over your mouth, of what you say over yourself, over what you may say to your man. What words come out of you when you're emotionally unstable? What words come out of your mouth when you're angry? What words come out of your mouth when you're hungry? What words come out of your mouth when it's your time of the month? And don't get me wrong, I'm not a woman, I never had a period. But you know what I tell women and men? A man cannot expect a woman to be emotionally stable through her time of the month. You can't expect a woman to have control over her emotions if you can control your lust. And a woman can't expect a man to control his lust if you can control your emotions. The same power that can keep a man from being loose with his willy is the same God that can cause you to be still at ease even when you're going through your time of the month. So a man can't be like, I need you to be emotionally stable, but I got, no. God is the one that can be able to still keep you in any situation, whether it's your time or when it's as a man you want to do it. God will keep you both so that you won't say things at the wrong time, so that you won't say things out of your mouth to damage each other because, and you make excuses. Well, it's my time. 1 week out of the month should not give a woman clearance to just say what she wants to say, feel the way she wants to feel. Because if that's the case, give a man a week to go do what he wants with his willy. Okay? If you can have a week to do whatever you want to do and say whatever you want to say because you making excuses at the time of your month, then let your man go sleep. Give your man 16 concubines. If you can't control yourself 1 week out of the month, then let your man have 15 concubines and 3 wives then. If you expect him to control his loins, then you should control your emotions. Just like you fellas, if you expect her to control her emotions, you got to be able to control your loins. The same God that can keep a man from sleeping around is the same God that can keep you from being loose-lipped when it's your time of the month. And the same God that can keep her emotionally stable through her time is the same God that can keep you and your willy in your pants. You must have restriction over your words, ladies. And you must set realistic expectations. The world will feed you false expectations, giving you the wrong idea of what a man is. Well, all men gonna do this. Okay, I know men. A man doesn't want to be compared to all men, right? God has the way of teaching you and helping you understand your man so that you would be able to say, okay, I know what society says about manhood. I know what I've heard in my Christian circles about man, whatever, right? But how is my specific man? Because he may just be different. Or you may not understand. And it's crazy how a lot of people get their information from the same sex. Most of the articles sometimes are written by women, or men don't even know what man is. But what I'm saying is, you got to make sure you create realistic expectations. That you don't have your man looking at you like, you got me thinking and doing what? No, I'm a man. We're different. You got to have realistic expectations. Let's keep going. Okay. S. You must be selective and regularly practicing your submissiveness. You must be selective and regularly practicing your submissiveness. The expectation that God has for a man is to sacrifice. The expectation God has for a woman is to submit. When some women hear the word submit, I like to say some, I don't like to say women. Some women hear submission, they cringe, especially in the strong feministic culture that we have today. Thank you. You got to practice regularly being submissive to God, because in being submissive to God, you will then learn and know how to be submissive to a man. I don't have much pity for women who are forced to submit to a man that's not for them. Okay? You know why I say that? Because you choose who you submit to. You know that? You accept who you submit to. Submission is a beautiful thing when it's up under the right man. Submission can be a brutal thing under the wrong man. That's why, ladies, you got to submit yourself to God and be submissive to Him and practice it regularly with Him, obeying Him, listening to Him, growing in Him, so that when He brings you the right man, right, that when you are submitting to Him, a woman doesn't mind submitting to a sacrificial man, and a sacrificial man doesn't mind sacrificing for a submissive woman. That's the cycle. When I've noticed, the more I sacrifice, the more submissive my wife is. The more submissive my wife is, the more sacrificial I am. It's like natural. Oh, my wife submitted herself from a long day and made me a good meal. If I sit on that couch and still watch my Undisputed or my First Take, and I don't take care of those dishes, then I'm not sacrificial enough. It's natural for me to be like, I got the dishes. It's natural for me to do it because I see the submission. I am not no tyrant. I'm a servant leader. The more I sacrifice, the more submissiveness blossom. The more I sacrifice to God as a man, and the more she submit to God as a woman, the greater the ecosystem in the marriage is. Keep going. You must also be completely set apart within your hidden and seen lifestyles. You got to be completely set apart. Holy unto God, with your purity, with your mind, with yourself, completely hidden in God. Before you even allow yourself to be open to be pursued by a man, you got to make sure your private and your public lifestyle are set apart for Him to use. You're not entangled with the world. The world is not controlling the way you think about marriage and manhood. You're able to see and think clearly. Next point. You must be able to see and sense the spiritual world and be simple. You got to be able to see and sense the spiritual world just like your man should. You got to be able to say, you know what? I see the signs of the time coming. I'm going to prepare my household. I'm going to prepare my husband. I'm going to support my husband through this because I see that there's a spiritual war that we're fighting, and I know how to pray him through that. Fellas, you want a woman that can pray you through. You want a woman that can give you that extra boost of prayer. If she can't pray, she's a liability, brother. If she don't understand spiritual warfare, she's a liability, brother. An asset is a woman who will pray, who will be in that Bible, who will know how to throw a scripture at a devil. You want a woman that's able, you over here like this, but she know how to pull that John 3. She know how to pull that Luke 5. She know how to pull that Luke 4:76. She know how to pull that 1 John, that 1 Peter. She know how to. What you say about my husband? Devil use a lie. Devil use a lie. What devil? What devil? What now, devil? We's here. We right here, devil. Devil be like this. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, you got a wife. You got a wife? You got a wife with a Glock 1 Peter 3:9? You got a wife with a Glock 1 Corinthians 13? What? Oh, devil. The devil ain't gonna, them demons ain't gonna be around your house for long. Oh, man wants a wife that'll be like, baby, what? We here. That's what you want, fellas. We here. You don't want no woman that's like, what's going on? She over there doing her nails. She's on Instagram. She doing this all day. No, you want somebody that's gonna be like she quick with it. See what I'm saying? You want a wife that'll be able to say, devil what? You at work and she over there. She cleaning up. You want that kind of wife. That sprays that chopper. That Psalm 91. If your wife can't shoot that Psalm 91, ladies, you got to be sharp with that word. Quick. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Next point. And you must be simple too. The simple life is the best life. You got to live a simple life. This world and its vanity is going to pass away. Love not the world. Neither the things that are in the world. If any man or woman loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that's in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. And all of that is passing away. But those who love the Lord will be established forever. I'm telling you, you got to be able to just say, you know what, we are pilgrims passing through. This is not our home. We are on assignment. Next point, you must be understanding and clear of ulterior motives or unrealistic expectations. We're talking about expectations. But ladies, you must be understanding, empathetic with your man, that your man's not Jesus. So many women are so in love with Jesus that they expect to marry Jesus. That's why some of y'all are single right now, because the only time you're gonna get married is the wedding ceremony of the Lamb. The only time you're gonna be married is when you marry Jesus in heaven. When you're in heaven with him in eternity, because you want a perfect man. But you gotta understand, you gotta be able to say, I gotta be understanding that my man's a man. He's a human too, and I gotta be able to understand that I cannot have these perfect expectations that I become a burden to my husband because I'm trying to put God-like expectations on him and he's just a mere man. Next one. You must be clear of ulterior motives. Why do you want a husband? It's crazy how many women want a husband solely so they can look good online for no other reason, or at least at the top reason. They only want a husband so they can be a part of the married club. They only want a husband so they can be able to post on the gram. They only want a husband so that someone can hold them at night and keep them warm. But when it comes down to having a husband who snores, a husband who has imperfection, a husband who has flaws, a husband who's human, they ain't ready for that. So their motives moves them into a marriage, but they find that marriage requires more than what they thought it was, and now they feel the weight of that marriage, and now they want out. Because all they want, they got the gram, they got someone to warm them, but now they got to boil water now. Now your husband looking at you talking about, babe, we getting pancakes this morning. You wake up Saturday, babe. Oh, that wedding was amazing yesterday. Y'all done got home from the honeymoon, babe. That was good. And y'all got back Saturday morning at the house. And your husband wakes up and was like, hey, yo, babe, we're going to get some grits. Babe, we're gonna get some pancakes. Babe, we gonna get an omelet? Maybe an omelet? No omelet? Can we get some scrambled eggs, babe? Maybe with some cheese? No, we're not gonna get no eggs either. Babe, can we just get toast? What about toast, babe? Toast, baby girl. I know you probably good with that toast, baby girl. With toast? Oh, no toast either? Okay. Okay, I'm not getting grits. I'm not getting pancakes. I'm not getting no chicken sausage from Whole Foods. Can I get a glass of orange juice? Oh, you don't know how to pour orange juice either? Come on now. Man gotta eat. Y'all ladies be wanting I want a man who's 6'6", 250 pounds, beard all the way down to the chest, bald head, so a fresh line. He gonna have a fresh line. My man, skin gonna be clear. My man gonna be 250. I want me a Zion Williamson. You a Duke fan this year. I want me a Zion Williamson. That man 6'6", girl. That man 6'6", 250 pounds. That man cannot survive off of water alone. That man needs some grits with some cheese. That man needs some butter in his grits. That man needs the pancakes with the crusty edges around it. That man That man needs 3 glasses of orange juice. That man needs about good 6 egg whites. That man needs some liver mush. Can that man have some bacon? That man's 6'6", 250 pounds. And you, only thing you know how to cook is Instagram pictures. All you cooking is me and Bay out here, IHOP. Me and Bay at Waffle House. Me and Bay at Midnight Diner. Me and Bay at Ruth Chris. When is it going to be a picture of this is what I made for Bay? With the sweet potato, with the cinnamon and butter in it, with the chicken pan-seared, and the cauliflower rice. When are we going to see them asparagus, boo-boo? When are we going to go see the spaghetti? When are we going to see the fried chicken with the mashed potatoes, with the collard greens, and with the bacon in it? When are we going to see your cornbread, girl? When are we going to go see your biscuits? Show the people what you really can make, and show the people that the only thing you can cook is a bowl of cereal. You want a 6'6". Your lifestyle matches a 5'2", 102. Your cooking ability matches a 5'2", 120-pound man. But you asking God for 6'6", 270-pound Zion Williamson. Your cooking style can only cook for a 5'1", 110 dude. That's what you're going to get. God going to be like, you can only cook for a man that's 4'11". Asking God for somebody 6'2", 6'3", swole, go to the gym every day. And that man is over at Kelly's house eating steak and lobster, cheating on your behind. You got to have realistic expectations. Realistic expectations. Now, we're not talking about no man that wants you to cook and that's all he wants you to do is cook for him. I'm talking about a man that's sacrificing for you, paying bills, going to that mailbox, pulling all them letters out, opening the letters with you talking about paid, we're talking about a man whose middle name is paid. Joshua Paid Ezzy, Jamal Paid Robinson, Matthew Paid Jenkins, Mark Paid. That man pays the bills. That man works. Overtime gets thrown at him. He catches the overtime and works. We talking about the man who pays the bills asking for pancakes? That man paying the bills and you can't make that man pancakes? Little Kelly down the street who's walking her dog with those Lululemon pants knows how to make pancakes. Let that sink in your head. Think on those things. Kelly making pancakes, flipping them, and he see her in the window flipping them pancakes. All right, he'll be flipping other cakes too if you don't make that man. I'm just joking. Let's keep going. E, you must be emotionally stable. You're right. A man who's full is a man in love. That man will rub your back. You know what I'm saying? You listen, feed a man good. If you want to see the fruits from a good man, make sure that man can eat. When that man can eat good, I'm telling you must be emotionally stable and economically sound as well. You can't be crazy, girl. Go to Christ so that you won't be crazy. I'm glad I can go to bed knowing that I don't got to worry about getting stabbed. I don't got to get worried about no hot grits put on me. I ain't even did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Man, some ladies out here are crazy. I know there's crazy men, but we on ladies right now. There's some crazy guys. And ladies, you got to avoid the crazy men too. But make sure that you're not emotionally crazy. I be trying to tell these girls in my school, I'll be like, man, this ain't Hip Hop Wives. This ain't my school's name in basketball. Thank you. You gotta love peace. Peace is valuable. A man loves to rest where there's peace. You can't be crazy, lady. You gotta be emotionally stable, led by the Spirit of God. You gotta be economically sound. You gotta know when to save, when to do, knowing that you're not wasting your hard-earned money, his hard-earned money on stupid, vain things. You don't went on 12 trips in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? You can't save. You can't invest. You got to be economically sound as well. Last but not least, D, you must embrace your position as a daughter of God and embrace a discreet and modest life. You got to be a daughter of God and be at his feet. You got to embrace your position as a daughter. That's what's going to help you become a wife. That's what's going to help you become a mother. That's what's going to help you become a woman in business, a woman in ministry. Your daughtership. That I'm a daughter of the Most High God. And you got to embrace, before you obviously pursue, you got to embrace a discreet, modest life. Cover up every area. Be discreet. It's hard for a good man to be triggered sexually after a woman who's fully covered. Now, a lust demon inside of a man, it could be triggered if you got a jean skirt on and you don't even go to no Pentecostal church. You got a jean, you go in a jean skirt, you got a jean skirt, going to not nominate shirt, and everybody looking at you like, why are you wearing a jean skirt? I'm being modest, but this lust guy, it ain't gonna stop no lust, but we're just saying, don't cause your brothers to stumble. You know how your mama made you. You know how them biscuits and gravy made you. You know how your figure is. You know what them squats, how them squats made you. You know what them lunges, you know what you got. Hide them. Because no man wants all the men to see his woman on the ground and know what she's like because she's posting. You got to be discreet. You got to be modest. You got to carry yourself as a woman because no true. Now, these fake men of God, they go after the thirst trap. They go after those women. But a real man gets turned off by that. A real man gets turned off when a woman... When I was out there single, that turned me off. Even though that was, oh, she bad. Oh, yeah, that looks good on... At the end of the day, I don't want that as my wife. Because if she's showing all that right now, what am I gonna see? I don't want you to be a movie other men have seen. I want you to be the only movie that I see. And that's how you want to be, ladies, where, I'm sorry, this movie is not coming out until I'm married, and there's only going to be one person in my theater, and that's my husband. Save your motion pictures for your husband. Save your motion pictures for your husband. That's all I'm going to say there. You must avoid being devious and manipulative. You must avoid being devious and manipulative. You gotta work. If you devious and you manipulative, you got to get that out of your heart. Because a real man ain't going to settle for no manipulative woman. If you manipulative, that's probably why you single. Or that's probably why you with a weak man. You can't be manipulative. And fellas, if a woman is looking to find out where your strength is, don't lay your head on her lap. You need a woman that says, I know his strength is in God, and I'm partnering with that strength that he has in God, and that's where I'm going to stay. I'm not going to try to manipulate that man to get himself disconnected from his strength and then find himself weak. No. Fellas, leave a manipulative, controlling, devious woman. If that is you, don't expect God to give you no man. But while you're single and you don't have nobody looking out for you, get rid of that deviousness and manipulative nature.